Oh,
Come on, come on, come on.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of Defiant Few Radio. We have hijacked the waves of K-Tan Radio to bring you live, unscripted, unfiltered, live interview between the founder of Defiant Few, Pure Plain Serb, and his special guest, Dark Chaos Magic, the leader of the Browncoats. Does he have dubious plans for paradise? Will paradise crumble under his clan's return? Or is he just misunderstood and is his clan returning to bring pride back into the land of defiance? All that and more coming up next on Defiant Few Radio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first episode of Defiant Few Radio, and it looks like I've got a lot of guests here, actually, more than y'all anticipated. You guys have been on the forums that have been paying attention to what's been going on, have known Dark Chaos Magic. He is supposedly the current active leader of the Browncoats, and I've got him live on air to find out what his motives and his return to paradise coming in 2015 are going to do to the land of paradise that we have here in Defiance. So, Dark Chaos Magic, would you care to answer the first question?
silence, fool. This is Itch Euphorix, overlord of the Browncoat faction. What do you think you have the right to speak to the great master himself?
Um, well, it's Euphorix. Is pleasure to meet you too, by the way. But I think that I'm the founder of the Defiant Few, and I think that's qualification enough to speak to your what was it, leader, master? What was he again?
The great master, you fool.
The Grey Master, yeah. So I think that's qualification enough for a press pass to speak to your Great Master. I just want to welcome him back to the land of defiance.
It's okay, Euphorix. I think
Are
the
you
leader of the
sure?
Defiant Few, it's okay. I think the
Very
leader of the
well.
Defiant Few, Pure Play and Serb, and the rest of the Defiance community deserves to know what I'm thinking and what my motives are.
Yeah,
So go
what are
away.
your motives,
You
Mr.
have
Chaos?
my attention. My motives are simple. I came to the Defiance community to bring it from the graves and back to mortality. I wanted the Defiance community to rise again, to be jump-started for the new game, because I'm one of the only few 2013 members of the community left.
And fans out there,
That
I can
you can
confirm
vouch
he
for.
was around on 2013 because he was in my clan for about a month or so. So he was around on 2013. All right, yeah. So you want to continue with your statement?
That's right, I was in Defiant View in 2013 after the original Browncoat founder, because I'm not the original founder, never claimed to be. I was a leader under him, and he had wrongfully kicked me out for going against what he wanted to do, which was steal
Blasphemy.
funds out of people's... Hush, Euphorix, when I am speaking. Blasphemy that he did, stealing money from every other clan, his own members. So I told him that was a bad idea. I told him it was wrong. And what does he do? He kicks me out into the dirt, only for you, Pure Playing Serb, to pick me up and welcome me into Defiant Few,
Well, Defiant
which
Few are no
I
stranger
enjoyed
to
my little
recruiting the
time
best
there.
around. So you definitely had that upper echelon talent that the Defiant Few were seeking to acquire. Mr. Chaos?
Exactly. So, with my time in Defiant Few, even though it was short-lived, because I went on to other ventures, I did
Mm-hmm.
enjoy my time. But
As did I, sir.
as time went on, I looked and I watched, I kept up with Defiance through you a little bit, through the forums. I never made a stupid account. I was only on there as a guest, reading up and seeing what's changed, seeing who was around and who wasn't around. And I noticed there wasn't any Browncoats around for quite a while, or I should say a long time. So I decided, once I heard the news, once news got to me of a Defiance 2050 remastered or a new engine or whatever the hell it is was coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4, I got a little excited. I made some phone calls. I started recruiting my ass off. I started spreading my message and my wisdom across so many different landscapes and so many different planes. And a lot of people loved that message. A lot of people started to follow. A lot of people started to see me as their savior.
Wow.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to do the Browncoats justice. I'm going to do what they failed to do, and that was take it to the top of paradise. So
Well, some would argue that the Browncoats have already
been.
been at the top and fizzled out, according to some of these forum haters from what I've been reading. What do you have to say about that?
If you call embezzling money and stealing money from your own members being at the top, you might have a little problem going on with you that needs to be eradicated. They were never at the top.
I actually agree with you, Mr. Chaos.
The clan that was at the top, and I'm not trying to butter you up, even though you are an amazing host. I'm enjoying myself right now, as are my people.
Oh, that's good to know.
But I think at the time, I think that your Defiant Few faction was at the top. Browncoats then. Now it's a different story and a different.
Well, if you want to know my personal story with the Browncoats from 2013, if you will, I can shed some light to the Defiance community as well right now. Would you care to hear it?
Very well.
All right, well, I was in Defiant Few. I created Defiant Few, which was one of the big three clans, which also Browncoats, which you were a part of, were another one of the big three, and the Freemasons, which, from what I could tell, are nowhere to be seen. But I did hear they were returning, but I don't see no return of the Masons, so I don't know where they're at in Defiance. So, what happened was I actually did have beef with the Browncoats for a little bit. I forgot what it was. It was some type of thing. They were fucking ripping off my members or something, and that pissed me off. And then I told my members just to do their purchases within my merchants, and I had to start getting a bunch of merchants in my clan to compensate for this, so I was protecting my clan, which at this point was at thousands of members. I know you guys had, what was your peak? And, what's it called?
You know, I don't remember. The only thing I know is nowadays we're sitting at about 4,500, and that was
mine dwindled down to
320.
We were in the thousands, but from the looks of it, with these other clans, it looks like they only have like 20 tops. Man, these new clans ain't big at all since I've returned.
Yeah, that's something I would definitely.
What is your opinion on the 300 clan cap, Mr. Chaos? Hello?
Hmm?
The Great Master is currently experiencing technical difficulties. Fool.
All right, well, do you have any opinions on this, It's Euphorix?
The cap.
Oh, no. We need to hijack the radio waves of KTAM radio yet again. All right, we're back.
The Great Master has returned. Please refer that question to him once more.
Thank you. I think the feed cut out on my end. I couldn't hear what you said. Could you repeat that for me?
Oh, my question was regarding the clan cap. A lot of people have been thinking it would be the demise to the Defiant Few and the Browncoats now that there's a clan cap of 300 established. Personally, I'm not worried about it because I can just recruit the best possible 300 in my opinion. What is your approach with the Browncoats?
You know, when obviously a lot of the so-called community on the forums, you know, when they caught wind of the 300 member level cap for factions, they tried to throw that in my face. They tried
They
to
tried to
throw
throw
that
it
in
in my
my
face
face,
as
trying
well,
to.
so I got that same
I,
backlash.
I did notice that. I did notice that. They tried to throw that in our faces, like, because they knew that that was one of our main points of our blueprints of our agendas.
Success and
And you
why we
know
were
that.
so successful in so little time in 2013. I agree.
But this is what their small, very puny, obsolete minds cannot comprehend, and that is the fact that just to be a member of Browncoat, you don't have to be in some kind of clan on a video game to be a Browncoat. It goes further than that. It goes beyond that. It ascends higher than that. Take a look at this chat room here. These brown coats you see before you, they're not in any Defiance queue. They're not in any Defiance tab. They are brown coats in virtual reality and outside of virtual reality. They walk my path in and out. A clan cap isn't going to define who is a brown coat and who is not a brown coat, who is a follower of the way of the great master and who is not a follower of the way of the great master. I hope the community can come together and understand that.
Well, it sounds all good and all, so I'd hope so also. Um, Here's another question. There's this Okamus Tem guy. This guy he's even been hounding me to stop referring to you as the leader of the Browncoats. Do you have any opinion on this guy, or what's
Fraud.
this guy's deal? What's going on with this?
Go ahead, you Forks. You're an overlord. You were saying something. It's okay. You can speak
It's
here.
simple. It's simple what I think of that insignificant little pest. He is a fraud and a deceiver. It is that simple. He goes around trouncing and complaining that you are calling him the Great Master, but he is the Great Master. And anyone who thinks otherwise is a fool. This man is a liar, a fraud, and a deceiver to our cause, and he needs to realize that. Plain and simple.
Interesting.
I couldn't agree more.
And quite frankly, he needs to keep his mouth shut, or else there might be a price to be paid.
No, speaking of him, whatever his forum name is, because quite frankly, I don't remember it. There's so many people messaging me on the forums trying to get with the brown coat cult. And before the show, when you invited me in here, I actually sent you proof of that. You can comment on that at your on.
I don't know
On
if you
your
want me
own,
to
free
show
will.
it on the screen where they can actually read it, but I have seen visual evidence that there
Hey,
are
it's
people
your show, your rules.
flocking to come
I'm
in.
a guest here.
You want me to
I'm
show it?
comfortable here. Your show, your rules. I'm very comfortable here.
I'm not going to show it right now. I might put a link to it, but because I have to go digging around looking for it. If I knew ahead of time, I would have had it ready on standby.
Fair enough, but you could recap it. So
Well,
you get
this
the
is
kind of
basically
picture.
what it said. He was very excited for the opportunity to be enlisted for the cause of the Great Master and yada yada yada. He seemed very enthusiastic to join the Browncoats cause.
As a lot of people should. I think that it definitely, to be a brown coat, it definitely is a mind-opening experience. And if you really want, see this guy, if this guy wants to start a war with me, so be it. He's not going to be the first, and he's not going to be the last. But this thing with him being a COO or CEO or COS or whatever hot garbage he was typing on them forums, you know, as far as I'm concerned, we don't have a COS position here in the Brown Code. So just like Overlord, just like Lord you
I've never had one of those
said
on
over
my
here.
clan either, so I was like, what is this guy talking about?
Exactly, just like Lord Euphorix spoke just a few minutes ago. Fraud, not to be taken serious. I am the only true leader of Browncoats. I don't care what he says. I don't care what some the booty getter says, because obviously, what kind of
Honestly,
is that?
honest
What
to
kind
God,
of image
I've
is that?
never heard of the Booty Getter. Never heard of him. So when,
Me
when
neither.
I when I had my
Me neither.
dealings with the Browncoats, I was not dealing with anyone named the Booty Getter.
Me neither. Me neither.
So I don't know where this the Booty Getter comes from, to be honest.
And what was the other one? Rooster. I don't even remember that one. And
I don't remember Rooster.
I was in the first formation of Browncoats, and I don't know a rooster. I never came across a rooster, a chicken fight, a dead chicken, a
Did
rooster
Rooster
croaking.
even like post
I-
on the forums?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, there's no record of Rooster, y'all. So any fans out there that want to find out info, like what Okemos is trying to perceive like he's been doing, if anyone wants to find out info, we need to find out who Rooster is. When the hell was the last time he was the leader and doing stuff?
Also a fraud.
Like
I
I
don't
said,
know if he's a
these
fraud or
people
not, but
if these people want to slander my great faction, they need to get their facts straight. I am the only true leader of Browncoats, and my leaders beneath me are the leaders, and he is not one of them. You can even ask Wolfie, and also another overlord, if you want to. She can confirm that we don't know any. What was his name again? It's very hard to remember.
Rooster?
No, the one that's slandering on the forums.
Oh, Okemos Tam, I believe it is.
Okemos Tam, whatever the hell that means. Lord Wolfie, tear apart Okemos Tam. Show him that he is the fraud that Lord Euphorix claims him to be.
I mean, hey, we can just do whatever we want and maybe just stitch him up or pin him down to something and just murder him, but it's whatever, to be honest.
Precisely.
Okay.
Simply
All right, I have
put,
some more questions for you,
Simply put.
Mr. Chaos.
I have all the time in the world. I cleared my evening for the special occasion,
Here's
so ask
here's
away.
some more questions the world of Defiance would like to know. How do you feel about no trading on launch?
It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I had feared that would that could be a wrench in my plans.
It's definitely a
But
wrench in
I
my
have
plans.
faith.
I'll tell you that much.
You know, it's going to be a whole
Of
different
course it is.
ball game coming to that.
You
So-
know what? It's Euphorix. You know, I demand a little bit of respect from you. You may be what's it called? What's your position again? Overlord?
That's right.
Well, I'm the founder of Defiant Few, all right, man. And if you're gonna keep you're not insulting me, but disrespecting me. You know what? You're gonna learn real quick why my clan was one of the most successful. So you better stop pissing me off. And now, Dark Chaos, back to our question. Unless you want to retort to that, it's Euphorix.
I have nothing more to say. I have already
Lord
said
Euphorix
what
is
to
a
be
man.
said.
He can take care of his own. If he has anything to say with you, he will say freely.
Well, we might have a troublesome encounter in the near future. But Mr. Chaos, me and you seem to be getting along swell.
I am a man of business, and I'm a man of opportunity.
As am
see
I,
both
and maybe we
cases
both have a
in this
common
occasion.
interest that will be beneficial to the land of Defiance.
Back onto the question you asked me of the trading.
Oh
I
yeah,
had
that's
feared
that's
would
the
be-
one.
I had feared that there would be that there could be a wrench in my blueprint. Not every blueprint goes 100% according to plan.
Yes,
I
agree.
predicted that. I was preparing for that, and I have faith that trading will come in a future update. A future
I think so too,
patch,
because they said
as some of the
at
community
launch.
calls it.
They were specific to say at launch. There will be no
Exactly.
trading
When
at
that
launch. It's the
Phrase
exact
at launch. When that phrase at launch is spoken, that means not now, but later.
Yeah. And some people are saying
So that
that you
gives me
can
time
like
to get my
customize the gun
wealth
where
up
you
as
don't
well.
even need to trade because you can just make the gun you want. Which, if it's like that, I think that's going to be really bad for Defiance, to be honest. Because everyone can just
Well-
make an OP gun.
Well, it doesn't matter how OP the gun that these filthy peasants have. They're not
I
going to
agree.
compete with my militia, with my people, and with our firearms. We will be more equipped, we will be better trained, and we'll be more focused. We will be bigger, badder, and better than any of the competition and the other factions come Defiance
What?
2050.
I was suggesting a clan war, shadow war. If there was one of those, would you be a player in that? Would you be exerting your dominance in PvP, or are you a PvE clan?
Absolutely. You know, we want to be dominant on all fronts. We want to control the PvE zones. We want to control the PvP zones. We want to have browncoats. We want boots on the ground in every aspect of Defiance 2050. Wherever there's something Defiance, we want that browncoats logo slapped right on there. We definitely want to have boots on the
So
ground
you want like the
in every place
2013
possible.
days when the big three, if the big three were at an Artfall, which they were, and you were in the big three, you would see a bunch of blue dots on your minimap. For those that don't know, and from the glory days of Defiance. Go ahead, Dark Chaos.
You know exactly. One of my personal goals is to, if you go to an art fall at prime time, you're going to see more brown coats than you see common common players that you don't know. Randies, as the community calls them these days.
Yeah.
That's a goal for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the main things about clans. And I remember back in 2013 also, like, sure, we didn't have a heated rivalry, me and you never had a beef when you were in the Browncoats, but whenever my clan was at an arc fall that your clan was at, my clan was trying to get more of that top 5 spot than the Browncoats and stuff. So there was always that competitive nature between the clans going on.
Well, from what I can recall back then, like I said before, earlier on in the interview, the brown coats didn't know what the hell they were doing back then. I had joined up because obviously I was just like any other person looking for a faction new to the game. It was a game that we had never seen before. It was something fresh and bright to our eyes. You know, I didn't walk into Defiance being the mastermind that I am today. Being the best that I am today, I had to start from the bottom and work my ass off to the top, just as every other peasant on that lobby did and those games did. So I joined up with them, saw the numbers, saw the potential, and those they had their heads so far stuck up their asses that honestly, a clan of 15 to 20 people could probably take down them. They had numbers, do not get me wrong, but obviously Defiant Few had the strength, and I saw that. And when you offered me a spot to join Defiant Few when they threw me out, that's why I reluctantly accepted.
Well, I mean, it was a beneficial offer to both of us at the time. We don't need to go into details, but it was a pretty fruitful deal.
We won't go to details
Yeah.
on over.
But all the
this,
fans
of
need
course.
to know is that we were in contact for a little bit in Defiant in Paradise during 2013 before the big consoles came out, the next gen. Do you want to discuss why the clans fell apart with the arrival of the next gen consoles, or are we gonna skip that?
We could talk quickly about it if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I
we
went
don't
to
need to explain
Xbox,
much about it, but
and
it gives
you
the
went to
fans,
PlayStation,
yeah.
and that's how really, you know, there was no Defiance on either one, so we kind of just we were out of the loop, you know, where we
The
weren't
clans
really
fell
playing.
apart
And
slowly but surely. My theory of why the clans fell, well, not just theory, it's pretty much a fact. Once you lose that firm, stable leadership that keeps it all together, that you could have it's like all great empires fall apart. If you lose that leader, that empire is going to crumble, and that's what happened to the Defiant Few, and I'm assuming that's what happened with the Browncoats, with the big next gen leap. Is that a fair assessment?
precisely,
Okay.
fair enough for me.
What else can we discuss before we end our episode?
Oh my gosh.
I want to speak a little bit about who I am and why I've been doing that. If I can have the floor for a
Yeah,
minute
go ahead.
before we wrap
Go ahead. I'll
this up.
just sit back and listen. I'll be like the viewers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dark Chaos Magic. I am not 100 different random accounts. I'm one man. There was only one backup account that was played as me because my first account was banned, and that was the Recruitment Master account. Everything else that you saw was completely different people. That I can promise you.
That's what I was suspecting. Like everyone was, they were even accusing me of being you, but clearly, viewers, you can see that we are two different people. And it's even people thought that it's Euphorics, and clearly we're different people. It's
You
Euphorics.
must
Do you
have
have anything to
super
get off
good
your chest?
technology.
The very fact that people believe that we are all the same person is a joke to me, because I have put very good links into my name for the Great Master, and the very idea that someone would dare say that we are the
That he
same
has.
person
That he has.
is foolish. It is
Well,
a
now I'm
complete
starting to agree with you,
travesty
Mr.
to
It's
besmirch
Euphorics.
our name. As you can tell, I am one person as well, and I'm right here
Yes.
speaking on my own accord.
And I think you
Lord
have a much
Euphorics
more
has created his
different
own legacy.
different way of speaking, and they claim to think that we're all the same, yet we all speak differently, which I find pretty weird out of some of those. Oh, who is this?
Is that Lord
Blood
Enigma?
Enigma. I remember you from the forums. Do you have anything to say, Mr. Enigma?
Please, Lord Enigma, while we're on air.
Yes, Grandmaster. The blasphemy that has been posted on these forums over the last weeks is disgusting. Needless to say, you have your proof here today, Pure Playing Serb, leader of the Defiant
Founder of the
Few.
Defiant Few.
We are indeed 100% real. We are taking over Defiance. It has been the vision of the Grand Master for a very long time.
And
now,
that vision is, Mr. Enigma?
That's Lord Enigma.
Oh, Lord Enigma?
Thank you. When you speak to my lords, you speak their surname, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Chaos, I was not aware of that. So, Lord Enigma, I forgot what question I asked him.
of course you did.
What's
All
so
you need
funny?
to know, all that you need to know is that we are real.
I
We
can clearly
are
see that, Lord
taking
Enigma.
over. We are taking over. And there's nothing that these false prophets that claim to be the original Browncoats can do about it.
Well, what is your opinion on the people that are trying to troll and steal the Browncoats name? And they even said they want to steal the Defiant Few name. What do you feel about those people?
Oh, damn it, Dometwent. Let them hate so long as they fear.
Oh, okay.
They want to be like us. They want to be as powerful as us. It's pathetic, really. It will never happen that way. Everyone knows that we are the true Browncoats.
Wow. If I wasn't founder of the Defiant Few, I'd be trying to join this clan, to be honest. I think you guys are a nicely well-ran clan.
Let me put it this way to you. We are like red wine. We get better with age, and we're just starting out. We're ladies' men. We love the women. We like the fine arts.
So you like the finer things in life.
We're very delicate people. We like the finer things in life.
So are you going to be bringing the finer things in life along with you to paradise?
We view ourselves as entertainers of sorts. But also very serious businessmen that when you mess with us or slander our business, we go from being nice businessmen to very, very angry. Oh, almost let that side of me take over. I'll be quiet now.
Well, anyone else have anything else to say?
No.
You've
course
asked
not.
your questions. You have received your answers.
Well,
I think that
Lord
this
Enigma,
meeting.
Lord Euphorix, I shall take my leave now. I am done speaking to the Defiant Few leader. If you two have closing statements, please speak freely for yourselves, but I will take leave now.
Yes,
okay.
Very
Master.
Well, it
well,
was a pleasure
Great
having you on the
Master.
show, Mr. Chaos.
Yes, sir.
It was an honor for you to have him on your
Yes,
show.
it was an absolute honor. It was a great interview, if I do say so.
Everyone to
Very well. I suppose we're done speaking here then.
This was a Pure Plain Sir production.